A little brief introduction about myself. I was born in Denver, Colorado, St. Luke's Hospital, a long time ago and far away. I went to East High School. I'm a product of the U.S. Army, as Phil can tell. He saw me yesterday in my regalia. I worked for United Airlines for 37 years, and I've been married to my wife, Deborah, for 33 years this year. And I have a daughter, Damie, and two granddaughters. And so I'm going to talk more about myself at the end of the call, but the most important thing today was meeting our directors. And if all the directors got a copy of this, after you are called, you get to pick the next director that speaks, and so you make an X through the one that has spoken, so we keep track of everybody that's on the call that spoke. Last person I talked to as a director was Phil Wilson yesterday. I sat with Phil for about an hour, and we had a really nice discussion because I'm meeting with all the board members and finding out if our board is moving in the right direction. And so the first board member I'm going to ask to speak is going to be Phil Wilson. So Phil, you take it over, and then you get to choose the next board member.
Fair enough. Thanks everybody for joining on the call. I don't know how many outside of our current members we have. June or Deborah, if you can look that up, because I think administrator had to add everybody in. That'd be nice to know and track. Anyway, my name's Phil Wilson. I'm a vice president on the board. I was lucky enough to be approached by group of folks back in 2016 about forming the chamber. Being excuse me, a resident now going on 16 years here in Commerce City, and having other businesses, brick and mortar, outside of Colorado before I moved here, I knew quickly the importance of joining a chamber. So it didn't take me long to get involved and try to move forward with getting the chamber started. As many of you guys know that are on this call, and board members and business owners such, you'll understand the difficulties early on in trying to not only find a location, but trying to get the right fit and demographic balance with your business. When I first came to Commerce City, I had many opportunities to open my business, of which I have a 6 right now, all different. And when I first went to get started with the business, I wasn't even sure Commerce City would be the right fit. But I had to do all the research on my own. In the past, in Seattle, California, where I'd had other businesses, I was able to join in with the chambers, and it was a quick balance for the resources that they provide. But here I didn't have that opportunity. The chamber didn't exist, not for Commerce City anyway. So, not to belabor this, at the time I went to Michelle Hill, which is now Michelle Claymore's spot, and just talked to the city and said, what do you got? What do you have? What can I plug myself into? What are my best resources for business? I had to go and learn what enterprise zones were. If you guys don't know what those are, you should educate yourself. Looked at tax incentives, looked at, the demographics of what my business did and who my best client would be and where that position would be, because Commerce City is not a small by property city by any means. And I had to do all that work myself. So anybody that's on here that's already a business owner for sure understands we don't have time. We just don't, right? And that was very cumbersome. So again, in 2016, when Deborah and Mike Scanlon and a few others had approached me about the chamber, not only did I want to get involved, but I plugged myself in immediately because I knew the importance of having a chamber in our community. We fast forward now to current day, and we have progressed quite a lot. 142 members, I believe, Deborah, correct me if I'm wrong, that we have now approximately. And we have a board of 11. So back to those days, Deborah, when we first started, that's a very long trail that we've went through and got to where we are. Some of the things I like about the chamber now that I wanted to bring up is, while we're still very young, not seasoned compared to some of the chambers that are around the Denver metro area by any means, I tend to like that because as Lewis has joined others and I have joined other chambers and others as well, you will find that you cannot just join a chamber right now that's been around a while, plug yourself in and really have such an impact to the way that the chamber moves and is directed for its future as you can with our chamber now. Commerce City is booming like there's no other. I don't have to tell you that. Everybody on this call has seen it. And it's really exciting that you can plug yourself into our chamber and actually have an impact and direction on the way and the ideas and the planning that we move our and present in some of the more seasoned chambers. They have a set of members. They have a set of committees, and you plug yourself into one of those, and that's it. We have the ability to increase and gain and put committees in for certain things that we see. We have a city council member on our board. We have the prior administration's mayor and mayor pro tem, and I just don't think you can get a heartbeat as close as we have been able to be successful with the chamber in this short time. One of the downfalls I think that I would like to see and will work harder to improving in our chamber in the upcoming season is that we get better at our education programs. We have been successful in bringing in the transportation board to have meetings and various other meetings, whereas we can educate our community. Nothing is more important than being educated, understanding the development that the city is going through, working alongside the city to make the best decisions you can. I can't tell you how many times people come into my business and tell me that they never even knew I was here, yet they've lived in this city for 8 to 10 years. They have shopped right next to my facility, and they just don't know. So the city is, the heartbeat of what is going on. And if you can plug yourself into the development, you can find out what's going on and get that information readily. You can make some really wise and within your business. And for the chamber, that's a one-stop resource. And as I alluded to early on, when I first came here, I didn't have that. I had to do all that work myself. So being part of the chamber really allows, you as a member to really tap into those resources. So I'm proud to be a part of the chamber. I will be on as long as they'll have me. And I'm really looking forward to the exciting growth in the community and our chamber to help support that growth. So that's all I have. If anybody has any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them.
Does anyone have any questions for Phil? If not, Phil, would you pick the next chamber member, please?
Yeah, let me look at this here. I would like Lewis to go next, if you would mind, sir. I think you're muted, Lewis.
Well, thank you, Phil. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lewis Ortiz, the co-owner of the Stillwater Wellness Center, and I will echo what Phil has said. We moved here in 2006 into the community and opened our business October 3rd of 2017. Boy, it's been quite the journey with growth and development. But like Phil said, learning all this stuff from the ground up and having the chamber as a resource was a big help. I was one of the Centennial members originally when this started, and to see where the chamber was and where we are today, I am very, very proud and honored and wanted to become part of the leadership team of the chamber to carry us into the next season. Of course, this year has been a challenge business-wise, but I will say being plugged into the chamber has been of huge benefit as a small business owner, as they facilitated many of the grants that were issued through the county to help us through this hard time. So it's a very exciting time, and I think we're on the verge of something spectacular with our leadership team that we have, and also with the growth that we are experiencing out here with schools and retail and just the booming housing market. So it's a very exciting. What else can I say? It's I've always known the importance of joining a chamber, no matter how many businesses. I've also been a business owner of many businesses, but getting established in with the right chamber is key. And I think we are at the right place at the right time, and there's no better time or place to fall in love with the chamber and all it can do for not only us business owners, but also within the community. So I'm very excited about that piece of that and being a part of that. So that's been my journey here, and I'm very, very proud of the leadership and the team that we have in place here at the Commerce City Chamber, and look forward to many great things here in 2021. So that's it for me, unless anyone has any questions. I should say I'm also not only a business owner. Oh, is there a question? Sorry. I will say, as a business owner, I'm also happy to be a practitioner in our wellness center, as well as a Reiki master and also a breathwork facilitator as well. So anyway, if there's no questions, I would like to hand it off to Heather.
Thank you, Louis. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with us this evening. We appreciate each and every one of you, and also those that couldn't make it tonight. My name is Heather Lacrew. I work for Community Choice Credit Union in Core, Commerce City. Born and raised in Commerce City myself, so my roots are there. I'm very proud of where I'm from, and we won't say how old I am, but I've seen the growth in Commerce City myself growing up there. Graduated from the old Adams City High School, so being able to see the new one be built and be a part of that has been pretty awesome as well. I personally have never been part of a chamber. I'm not a business owner myself, but I do the business development and marketing for Community Choice Credit Union. And it's been really enlightening and a learning experience for me as well to be part of the chamber and see, just in the couple of years that I've been a part of it, the growth and the change. We were also a centennial member, and it was quite different even then. So coming in as a board member has been exciting and challenging, and with that comes growth and knowledge. So I'm very excited to be a part of it and just continue to work with the city. And as everyone has said, it's continuously growing. I'm very excited about that. We do have a great team that is working hard to make sure that we're being able to be there for our membership and do what's needed and listen to them and find out how we can be better and serve our members more and see what their needs are, because every year's it's different. And I hope that as a board, we are fulfilling that need for everybody. And if we're not, please let us know what you need to see, what you need as a business owner, and we can learn from that as well. I agree with Phil. Our educating our members, our education piece could definitely be upped significantly, and once COVID has subsided, that's going to be even easier. We'll have some better avenues to be able to do that as well, and having all of our new members is going to help that too. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Yes, Heather, would you tell them what your position is on the board, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. My position is I'm the current president. Sometimes I have a hard time saying that just because I feel like we're such a team that I just want to be recognized as a team. But yes, I am the current president, and I just feel like we work really well together, and this year is gonna be even better. Anybody else have questions? Perfect. So with that being said, I am going to send it to Mr. Sean Ford.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sean Ford, director on the board. Thanks, Heather. The board has done a great job of helping to build the chamber into what it is now. And I know without the impacts of COVID, it would be much better. And it will continue to get better. So I was born and raised in Commerce City, played a role with the city for close to 30 years. I worked for the city as a street maintenance foreman for 10 years, and then resigned that position and ran for public office. I did own my own construction business for quite some time here in the community until September 11th happened, and that took its toll on my business. But currently I work for a company called Star Packaging. I've been there for a couple of years now, still very involved in the community, but I served on the Adams County Economic Development Council, Metro North Chamber of Commerce. There are a lot of things that can negatively or positively affect your businesses at the flip of a switch. So it's important that we stay up to speed on what's happening within the community from a legislative standpoint, what's happening in our area and region when it comes to homelessness and the things that can play a role and be an impact on your business. I'm glad that we're starting to see our restaurants and stuff being able to facilitate some folks. This has been extremely hard on our community and on our businesses, but I want it to be where the Chamber of Commerce is one of those beneficial means that help you through times like this. And I know our chamber has been very helpful to a lot of businesses that have taken advantage of some of the programs that have been put into place and administered by the chamber. So good job to the chamber for trying to keep folks afloat in hard times, and look forward to continuing to be an advocate for our businesses in our community. I've always said that you have to have a balance of business, industrial, commercial, residential. To make a community work right, you have to have all the different pieces. And Commerce City's up to this point done a great job on making sure that we have some balance. The bigger we grow, the harder it gets to meet the needs of everyone. But it's a great community, and if cared for in the right way, I think it'll continue to get better. So thank you. And I'm going, is there any questions for me before I drop off? All right. I will then pick Director Fruit. William, are you there?
I don't think William's on the call,
Nope.
Sean.
So I got to pick someone else.
Yes.
How about Megan? Is she on? All right, Megan.
I'm here, Sean. Yep.
Good.
Thanks so much for the handoff. I'm Megan Grimes. I am on the board of the chamber as a representative for the Commerce City Council. I was elected in November of 2019, and so my first year on council and as a member of the chamber board has been a bit strange. Most of it has been via Zoom, and so it's kind of hard to forge relationships that way in the same way that you would in person, but you know, for that reason, I'm really looking forward to things coming back to some normalcy, hopefully later this year as we see distribution of vaccines and such. And so I'm looking forward to being more engaged in the chamber and in all other things in the city this year. I work in the energy industry, so I don't actually work in Commerce City, but have lived here for 7 years. And I guess I would just say that I'm a champion for businesses, small businesses, and you know, anything I can ever do from the council perspective, please reach out to me. I'm always available on my phone, call, text, whatever you like. And I'm happy to visit with anybody anytime. So I think that's all I've got for now. And I apologize, I was a few minutes late. So if I pick someone who already went, just let me know. Let's see, how about Galina?
Thank you, Megan. And thank you everyone for joining us. Like Megan said, it's definitely been a different Zoom environment. So I appreciate everybody's time. My name is Galina Bankina. I'm born and raised in Bulgaria, a small country in Eastern Europe, and I moved here 15 years ago in Colorado. I joined the chamber in 2019 when I opened my all-state agency, and I was so excited to see the office of the chamber on the same plaza. So as a new business owner, this was one of the first things I did, and I'm so glad to be part of the board now. I became a member last year. I think I'm one of the newest members, but it's been a really awesome ride of meeting a variety of people, and I can tell you all of those people on the board are spending so many hours, and they have so much knowledge and amazing access to different resources that sometimes as a small business owner you don't have. Like Phil was saying, you're busy, you get carried away by your daily to-dos, and it's hard to navigate the whole environment of so much information thrown at you. It's been a really awesome to see everybody working so hard, showing up on every meeting, volunteering their time. So thank you guys all, Renee, Deborah, June, doing all this work on the back end. It's all appreciated. And I would say to new business owners or just new people thinking of joining the chamber, think of the chamber as the oil for your engine. You got to keep moving. You got to be successful, but there's so much you don't know, or you just don't have the resources of finding out. They're here for you. We're here for you. There's so many different departments in the city that you can reach out and get information about grants, about compliance pieces, about data. It's out there, it's available, and there's so much support that you can imagine. Definitely, it's been also nice to see the chamber growing. Like I said, I've been here just for a year, but it's awesome to see the direction it's been taking, and the involvement in the community and the awesome ideas of every member. So I'm looking forward to exciting new events, to exciting new webinars or in-person events. So definitely stay tuned. It's looking really nice, and definitely amazing things coming our way as business owners, as community members, as residents. Any questions for me? No, so I'm gonna go ahead and hand it off to Deborah. Deborah, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I was trying to unmute. Thank you, Galina. So I don't know where to start. I did not grow up in Commerce City like some of these other people. I grew up in California and moved here about 20 years ago and started my practice in Commerce City in 2005. So I've been a business owner in Commerce City for about 16 years now. And I've lived in Commerce City for the past 11. And when I first moved here, I came from California, San Jose, and I was a member of the chamber out there. And I couldn't understand why Commerce City didn't have a chamber. So I was really excited when Michael came into my office one day and said, hey, we're starting a chamber. And I was like, well, finally, hallelujah. I knew I wanted to be involved. And so I'm a Centennial member, as Heather said, that they are. And I think that belonging to the chamber there's so many resources for businesses that, like Phil said and Galina said, when you're starting out, or even if you've been a business member for a while, there's so many resources as far as meeting other business owners, being able to refer to other businesses in the community. When people come into my office and they say they're business owners in Commerce City, the first thing I ask them, well, are you a member of the chamber? So there's so many different resources that are available to people. And if you're thinking about being a member, I would go on the website and look on the website at all the different benefits that the chamber can offer you. I don't think I have anything else to add, because it sounds like everything else has been, people have already talked about chamber benefits. So is there any questions for me? No questions. Okay. I'm going to hand it off to Jackie. Are you here, Jackie?
Jackie isn't here. Our last person to hand it off to would be Sandra.
Sandra? Okay, Sandra, you're up.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I have been actually a member. I'm a new member as well as Galina for a little over a year. A little bit about myself. I'm actually from South America. I grew up in New Orleans, though. I moved to New Orleans when I was 5. And Katrina brought me to Colorado. So I've been here for a little over 12 years in Henderson. Lived in Henderson for about 11 years. So roots are here now. Found my husband here, had some kids. They're actually started kindergarten this year at Bell Creek. As far as the board, I have been very impressed with the board. I've also been a member of different chambers, but this chamber is just, you can kind of say it's like family. They're definitely advocates for their members. I can give you an example. I was helping, I've helped June and Deborah at the beginning of the pandemic. They wanted to reach out to all of the members just to see how they were doing. And they asked me to help out with that. And I just was kind of blown away by that, because with other chambers, usually you'll get, you know, all this information online. You can go online if you're interested or if you're not, but they kind of took it a step further than that. And I think that is what made me want to get more involved. So when I was able to become a board member, I kind of jumped on it. June and Deborah just take it to the next level, make it very personal. Again, resources that the chamber can offer you, they're just amazing. It's really, think of it as just getting to know people that you would like to work with on a personal level and just keeping that going. That's pretty much all I have, unless somebody has any questions. Everything else has been said. I agree. I think we can do more as far as education, like Phil said, definitely. But that's all I have.
Well, I want to thank all of our board members for speaking. Do any of the people have any questions for any of the board members or myself? Do any of the board members have any questions for other board members? Let's put them on the spot.
I have a question.
Okay.
I would, you might already be thinking about doing this, but I would like some of the people that are on the call to introduce themselves and tell us who they are, other than the board members.
I was going to do that, but okay, I'm glad you beat me to it. Let's start with Tina.
Unmute myself. Hi, I'm Tina Ledesma. I am a Commerce City resident and I am an independent insurance agent. So I own my own agency since July of 2009. So I'm a Medicare agent. I've been in the community trying to help Medicare beneficiaries learn about Medicare rules and assist them in enrolling on a plan. I'm also a member of the Commerce City Senior Commission to help them find resources for seniors. And I think it's really important. This pandemic has really made significant issues with the seniors, having virtual visits and their needs attended to. It's been pretty disheartening seeing how isolation has done to them. So that's a little bit of what I do. I represent all carriers. United Healthcare is one. I don't know if you see me at King Soopers, but I stand out there like October through December, the King Soopers in reunion, and wave at everybody and talk to everybody that walks by. But I try to get out in the community and see if I can help out with resources or education. So that's who I am. But it's just me working by myself, independent agent. And I've been looking into trying to figure out if the chamber would be a fit for me as an independent. I don't know what kind of resources or anything that would be available from the chamber that would benefit me to make that jump into becoming a member. So that's kind of what I'm on, trying to learn a little bit more of what the chamber has to offer. Does anybody have any questions?
I thought I recognized you from being at King Super, so I'm glad you said that.
You recognize me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
If I can just interject something real quick, is I think, Tina, as you think about joining the board, I mean, the chamber and whether it's worth it or not, some of the things that I think are of value, especially when you're an independent person like yourself, is to have the resources and you can be alone, be in business by yourself, but not for yourself, but not by yourself. And by surrounding you with the resources of the chamber, we're all here to help you and help promote your business within the community. So that's something I've always found when I was an independent broker of different businesses. It's like an extension and having more people available to promote your business. So I think that's a really great benefit of becoming a member in the chamber.
Okay, sounds good.
And
Thank you, Tina. Next we'll go to Paige Black.
Hello, everyone. I actually found the unmute button, so I feel like I'm learning. This is my second chamber meeting, and I am a sales consultant for Sinorama. I've worked there for 3 weeks now. This is kind of like my job because of the pandemic. I was a business owner and am a business owner, but I've kind of stuck a pin in it, so I've gone back into working for someone. And one great thing about what we do at Sinorama is we help businesses grow their brand and help with branding and kind of getting their name out there. We also do like ADA compliance signs with new builds. There's just a vast number of things that we do. And I'm just really excited to get to know everybody, see where I can help people, where they can help me. And it's just about the networking. So I really thank everybody for getting this together. And it's my birthday today, so.
Happy birthday, Paige.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Happy birthday. Okay. Let's jump to Blake Kennedy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Renee. My name is Blake Kennedy. I'm with Ant Credit Union, and really what I aim to do in the community is partner with businesses, organizations, and nonprofits to bring financial education to your employees or the communities that you serve. Our institution and many other credit unions alike have just noticed a financial illiteracy gap that exists in society, and our mission is to close that gap. Aside from that, really, I'm here to just really service anyone that needs anything, whether it's financial education or any credit union services. I have an entire credit union behind me. And with that being said, if I could, I'd love to pass this down to Casey Mock. She is my fearless leader and will fill in any gaps that I have missed.
Hi, I'm Casey. I'm also with Ent, and this is Tucker, my fearless sidekick. Ent is really growing in northern Colorado, but we did build a location in Reunion, right there at 104th and Chambers. So we're very excited to be there. We're also close by in Brighton as well. And we have a couple locations in Fort Collins right now. Just super excited to be part of the community and be growing. COVID has not been our friend. We've really wanted to do a ribbon cutting and a grand opening at our location there in Commerce City, but with restrictions and whatnot, and so many people only being allowed in an area at a time, that's kind of put us back a little bit. Our branch is open. We have lots of great staff there. Business consultants, lending consultants. Our branch manager, Carlene, is fabulous. So we're just super excited to be part of the community. We also have ITMs available. I know there's one that's in our parking lot there. So if you're not familiar with the ITMs, they're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and you can do transactions just as if you were inside. There are a couple things they can't do, but you get a teller's face and they do the transaction for you. So that's really neat. But like Blake said, we just try to partner with businesses to provide financial education and resources to their employees. But Blake and I are kind of the marketing and business development team for Denver and North. So just super excited to be part of the community, and thank you for having us on tonight. We appreciate getting to hear everyone speak and say all the great things about the chamber. So thank you for having us.
Thank you. And Tucker. Okay. Our next, I don't know what happened to Tom Green, but Patrick, you're up next.
Thank you so much. My name is Patrick Bombadier. I live just down the road from Commerce City in Denver, in Park Hill. Hopefully you won't hold that against me, that I'm just outside your borders, but I do have 2 adult children that went to Denver East High School. So we got that, Renee, I think. My wife and I, we live here in Park Hill. We've been here about 20 years. I'm a Denver native. I am a business broker. I work for a company called Transworld Business Advisors. And Transworld is the largest business brokerage company in Colorado. We like to say that we are small business advocates. And I love the fact that I heard other people use that language, and someone said that their, chamber is an advocate. Somebody else said a champion for small business, and that's the kind of language that we use as well. We work with buyers and sellers of businesses of all types. We stop short of saying we've seen every type of business or sold every kind of business, because we always come up with a brand new one or see a brand new one every day, which is one of the things that makes our job so exciting. But Transworld has 18 brokers here in the Denver metro area. We have about 200 different businesses for sale at any given time. We sold over 100 businesses in 2020. COVID did not slow down the small business market, and that's something that a lot of people have questions for me about. I'd be happy to chat with anyone, whether it's now or offline, about what COVID has done to the small business market and financing, etc. But we help business owners, buyers and sellers of small business. We help them with key questions like, can I sell my business? And what is my business worth? And what does that process look like? And what does the financing look like? And how do I prepare to sell my business? I'm not ready to sell it now. I'd like to retire in 5 years, and I don't have an heir that wants to take it over. How do I get my business to be valued for what I want it to be so I can step out and not have to work again? Our goal is to meet and get to know business owners and to be a resource. We want to help people either grow their business through acquisition, buying another business, or to sell, whether that's today or next year or 5 years from now. And again, a lot of that focuses around what businesses are worth, what they're selling for, what the multiples are, and that sort of thing. And again, also the buyer side, how can I grow my business maybe by acquiring another one, and how do I do that, and what is it, how do I find that company, and what is that, what should I pay for it, etc. So that's kind of what we do. And I would, a couple times during the call, people have said, are there any questions of the board members? My main question is, I've only been with the chamber for, I think, 6 months or less. So it wasn't the greatest time in the world to get to know everybody, as we all know. But I would love to learn the very best way to take advantage and meet as many business owners and members as I possibly can. That would be my #1 goal. But again, also to give something back and be a resource for information as well. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. That's great. You are a business. When I think about unique businesses, you're one of the unique ones, because I've heard of a lot of businesses, but the business that sells and buys business, and you're right. Every time you think you've sold one and you've done it all, you'll find one that is completely out of left field. So yes, I would like to get with you and sit down and pick your brain as far as a lot of things go, because that's one of the, as far as education goes, I would think that one of our lunch and learns, you could be one of the speakers and talk about the business market and what's happening in this metro area, because you probably see more of it than a lot of the other people that are on the board or members, because of what you do. But does anyone have any questions for any of the members that just spoke? Well, seeing none, I'm going to finish up with me.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay. Lewis, I thought you were talking to me. Okay, bye. Like Sean, I was a part of the city for about 16 years as a councilman and a mayor pro tem. I've served on many boards and throughout the community. Besides being executive director of the chamber, I am the president of the Friends of the Front Range out at the Wildlife Refuge, the Rocky Mountain Arsenal Wildlife Refuge. I am the president of Senior Hub Board right now, and they're going to be working with Commerce City this weekend to do an inoculation over at the National Western Stock Show, and they're providing transportation for a lot of our citizens to go over there and get their first shot. And it's 70 or older, so you know, every time I say this, everybody wants to, okay, can I sign up? It's already been pre-registered, and the list is filled. You know, it seems funny to me that they tell you this is going to happen, but by the time they tell you, everybody's already registered for it, so there's no spots on it. But I've always told people, there are always shots left over at the end of the day, and if it's a Pfizer, they cannot take them back. They have to give them all out once they start defrosting them shots. So if you're over there, if you're 15 or if you're 80, if they have the shots available, you can get your first shot then. So I tell people, if it's worth it, if you know what time it's supposed to be over, get over there a half an hour before it's supposed to be over and take your chance on getting your first shot, because every shot clinic I've gone to, they've had shots left over at the end of it, and they can't take them back if it's Pfizer. The Moderna, they can, but if it's Pfizer, they give them all out, and they will, whoever's there gets a shot, you get a card, and then when they do the second shot weekend, you're automatically set up to get your second shot. And it doesn't matter if you're 35, 40, or whatever age, you've gotten it. I'm on the chamber because of civic involvement. After getting off council, the chamber was a perfect fit, because with what I learned from being with the city and being on council, it's when you need a resource or you need an advocate for somebody, I know who to go to and who to talk to. We have the perfect person on the council with Megan, and she's on the chamber too. If I have a problem, I can go to Megan. If I have a problem, I can go to Sean. I have resources all throughout the city that even if they can't help me, they can point me in the right direction in order to get help. So I think that is one of our best kept secrets with our chamber, because we are really focused, well, we're really keyed in with the city. We have a great staff at the chamber. Besides myself, June Younger. June, unmute and say hello and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is June Younger. I'm the chamber coordinator, and I am a native of Commerce City. I have 20 plus years in the media, and I've covered every city in the North Metro area, from Commerce City to Brighton, Thornton, North Glen, Federal Heights, Westminster, Adams County, and Jeffco County. I've served on numerous boards and commissions for the city and Adams 14th School District, and was a charter member for the Commerce City Historical Society, and served 5 years on the board there, 1 year for membership and the rest as the historian. So I also worked for the Westminster Historical Society. I ran their history center and was able to help increase their participation there 3 times in 1 year from their numbers the year prior. So when Deborah asked me to come and help the chamber, I was excited to come back to Commerce City, because this is my hometown and I want to see my community thrive. And I'm excited that to be a part of an organization that will connect business to business or business to community. because when we have a thriving business community, we also have thriving citizens and community. So that's a little bit about me. Anyone have questions?
Yes, June, tell them about the Leads Group.
Oh, yes. So I am in charge of the Leads Group, and we meet twice a month on the second and fourth Thursdays of the month. And we do, usually we are in person. We did do it in person last month over at the Wildlife Refuge. So we safely distanced ourselves, and then we took a little tour and saw the buffalo and deer and everything. I think everyone enjoyed being in person again. But we get together, we network, and just connect people to each other. So look out for that. I would love to see you guys there at our Leads groups.
Okay. And the next Leads Group meetings are going to be on the 11th and the 23rd of the month. So you can put that on your calendar. Leads Group it has a great interaction, and they always find something exciting to do. So I would say if you have a chance to go to the Leads meeting. Next, and thank you so much, June, for what you do. I couldn't be successful without June. So thank you again, June. Next, I'm going to introduce Deborah Bullock. Deborah, would you like to say a few words and tell them what you do?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Deborah Bullock, and I'm a lifelong member of Commerce City, and have served on a lot of boards throughout the city. I'm currently one of the fire department board members, and the Commerce City Historical Society board member. And I help with the chamber. I'm not really an official employee, but I do a lot of the admin and membership and business administration and the events group, the ambassador group, and I do the new member orientation once a quarter, and just constantly trying to find new members. So it keeps me busy. I also have a business of my own. It's Bullock Estate Services Training, and I train in private homes throughout the country, and that's really a part-time position. And so between the Chamber, the Commerce City Historical Society, and my business, I stay pretty busy. But I really am happy that we are starting to really grow this chamber. I knew that, many years ago, we needed a good business organization in the city that was the chamber, because we didn't have one. And so, Michael and I really got a group together and made it happen. And he really made it happen by getting 100 members that were our Centennial Club. So from there, that's how it all happened. So, I hope that we get stronger and stronger, and thank everybody for your membership and being a part of the chamber. And we are excited to soon get back to in-person events. So hopefully that happens pretty soon. Have a good evening. Thank you for coming.